What's your biggest problem?
I gotta buy 2 pairs of shoes every time I need new seekers. If there was other Bigfoots, we'd probably come up with some kind of shoe exchange program. Probably be online these days. But I walk this earth alone, which is very lonely and very expensive.
Aren't your feet tough enough to go without shoes?
Yeah, but I got a sense of style, you know?
What's your biggest problem?
Climate change keeps forcing me north. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful up here, but the darkness gets to you. I got one of those UV lamps, but I'm not sure it does much. I've started drinking a bit too much, just to take the edge off.
What's your biggest problem?
For me, it's got to be these new monsters coming along and taking our jobs. I think some of them are created by management just to bust our union. I mean, what kind of monster name is Skinny Dude?
I think it's Slender Man.
That's what I said.
What's your biggest problem?
There's 2 things that really bother me, but the main one is definitely England.
What's the other one?
English people.
What's your biggest problem?
Turning into a wolf is pretty great. My main issue is the 29 days a month I have to spend as a human. I have to go to a job, in an office. It's beastly.
I just really want people to like me. But if they do, well, that kind of makes me a failure, professionally speaking.
What's it like being king?
I hate it. I don't even believe in a monarchy. We monsters need to cast off these titles. Godzilla is not a god, he's just needlessly large. Bigfoot's foot is only a few sizes above average. Then I am not a king. I'm called that because it's big in relative terms. But I do agree with his more general point.
King Kong said that. Well, I guess it's true. And we will need to cast off hierarchy and stand together. An extraplanetary threat draws closer.
Do you have any advice for young investors?
Yes. First, if you can sleep on it, don't sleep on it. Assets that make for good betting are rare and will always be in demand. Second, diversify. Gold makes a great mattress, but chests are bare pillows. Weaponry from fallen foes provides security, and gems really give the place a sense of ambiance. Third, it's not time in the market, it's time on the market. Don't worry about when you get your loot, worry about how long you can hold it for.
What worries you about the future?
I'm not sure I'll ever have enough saved for retirement. Plus, there's the growing darkness at the edge of things.
What worries you about the future?
The cost of living is insane. I'm earning more than I was 5 years ago, but living worse. Plus, the light is fading at the corners of reality.
What worries you about the future?
House prices are insane. I'm not sure my kids will ever be able to afford their own cave. Plus, there's an increasing dimness at the periphery. Something bad is coming.
Something really bad is coming.
It's here.
Will you stand with us?
Yes, so I doubt he's the king of virtues.
Will you stand with us?
I will do whatever is necessary to protect my investments.
Will you stand with us?
I mean, I am a human most of the time, and I tend to go with the flow. So yeah, probably, I guess.
Will you stand with us?
A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day. It could be tomorrow, though. They'll crumble immediately under pressure. So yes, we will stand with you. You'll need us. No riding, though.
What confuses you about humans?
Show a human a dog and he'll scratch his head.
Maybe give him a little bit of teeth.
If he happens to have a little bit of cheese on him.
We're basically 3 dogs for the price of 1.
And they make us a symbol of hell?
Make it make sense.
What confuses you about humans?
Dwarven mining operations have proven quite profitable for me in the past, so when I heard the humans were opening a mine nearby, I was naturally intrigued. When I visited and saw it was just an air-conditioned warehouse full of statty machinery, I was baffled and disappointed.
What confuses you about humans?
They come out here, to the forest, to escape. For a bit of peace, they say. It is not peaceful here. The screaming is constant. I sometimes visit one of your sterile cities to escape the sound of the earth dying. It's already dead there.
What confuses you about humans?
I don't understand why they won't simply submit to our rule. It would make everything much easier for everyone concerned.
What do you like about humans?
They'll make such useful slaves when they finally agree to serve.
What do you like about humans?
Your passion for freedom is commendable, although I do feel you sometimes get it confused. As someone who has dwelt through and known for centuries, I feel I am qualified to say that the limits on freedom that come from having responsibilities to others pale in comparison to the golden cage that is total isolation. Alone you will fall quickly under the yoke of horned horse oppression. And what kind of freedom is that?
What do you like about humans?
The welfare state. If I get sick or have a bad week on the hunt, there's no one to help me. If the same thing happens to a human, an entire society has their back. It's honestly quite beautiful. And it's that kind of togetherness they'll need to keep the unicorn hoof off their necks.
Okay, you guys are not so bad.
Everyone thinks I need to unite the humans to defeat the unicorns, but I'm only good at talking to monsters.
We heard about your unicorn problem.
We have a friend who's been trying to escape.
We'll get him to hit you up when he does.
He's pretty handy in a scrap.
Why do you think humans deserve to be enslaved?
Give me 5 good reasons why they deserve to be free.
Why do humans deserve to be free?
I'm not entirely sure they do. They're always coming up with new people to order them about. I actually met the King of England once. Ghastly fellow. But then I never did get along with new money.
Why do humans deserve to be free?
Teeth. I need them for the teeth. Although perhaps I could come to some arrangement with the unicorns. Maybe they'd pay me to handle the teeth for them.
Why do humans deserve to be free?
I mean, humans have invented some pretty cool stuff.
Like what?
Scottish breakfasts, iron brew, Finn Russell.
Why do humans deserve to be free?
I guess they deserve freedom for the short time they roam the surface.
Because once they get down here, they will not escape.
We are extremely good at our job.
Why do humans deserve to be free?
Well, they're pretty good at destroying things. That's a skill, in a sense.
Kiki, I showed the unicorns my list, and I just laughed.
That's because it doesn't work like that. People like to tell stories of freedom being won by appealing to the better nature of the oppressor. But freedom is never given. It must be taken.
King Kong said that. Well, I guess it's true. Humans destroy, but they also create. It doesn't matter if they deserve freedom. They will build whatever is necessary to ensure it, and annihilate whatever threatens it.
I have a new list for you. What's your unpopular opinion?
Time travelers are such hypocrites. Always worrying about how changing the past will affect the present, but never concerned with how changing the present will affect the future. They'll be back in 10,000 BK, or like, don't step on that bug, it could change the whole ecosystem. Meanwhile, they got there in a time machine that only does 5 weeks per gallon.
What's your unpopular opinion?
White bread is cake. Bread should be dark and tough, like life.
What's your unpopular opinion? What's your unpopular opinion?
The Lord is no shepherd. A shepherd does not constantly test the faith of his sheep. I, on the other hand, release my flock from the paddock of nothingness to graze on the nourishment of existence, and ensure that at the appropriate time, they return. Seems pretty shepherdy to me.
What's your unpopular opinion?
Here's some unpopular facts. We have twice as many soldiers as you, and 4 times as many legs. Your enslavement is inevitable.
What's your unpopular opinion?
I hate true crime. I simply have no time for authors who let what actually happened get in the way of writing a good ending.
What's your unpopular opinion?
The fiction-non-fiction divide makes no sense. There are books full of facts that teach nothing but falsehoods about this world, and books that contain great truths that are entirely made up.
Kiki is so right. Plus, the multidimensional nature of things means it makes no sense to say that didn't happen. We should rather say that didn't happen in this reality.
Your enslavement is inevitable.
We will not let your facts determine our truth, or stop us from writing the ending that we want. You may defeat us 1 trillion times across the multiverse, but that will not happen in this reality. Do you have any advice?
Cower! Our invasion has begun and your most trusted advisors have been dealt with.
Do you have any advice?
You just need to go where the waves take you, man.
What if the waves washed me up on the shores of servitude?
You just need to be mindful. Change your perspective on it.
Do you have any advice?
Opportunity is around every corner, except here. Here there's dead ends around most corners.
This advice is useless. I need Dragon. I need GZ. I need Kong.
I know where you can meet them, but you're not going to like it.
So this is death?
No. Death is the brief moment in which a life passes. This is what comes after that. This is nothing.
But you can take us back, right?
I'll have to. The dragon is immortal. I'm not sure this non-place could hold her.
I need your help. The unicorns have invaded, and everyone I ask for advice just tells me to meditate or some nonsense.
That's because the only advice anyone gives these days is self-help advice. And the problem with that is, you can't do anything worth doing by yourself.
He is entirely correct, as always.
You need to speak to the Father.
Father Christmas?
No, the other one.
Can you help me defeat the unicorns?
The missus doesn't like it when I send people back. Says it encourages amateurs. But if Kiki sent you, I guess I can make an exception. You won't have long, though.
Bad horse. Bad whatever you are. No. Did it work?
Did what work?
Did we defeat the unicorns?
What's a unicorn?
They're like horses, but horned and evil.
Never heard of them.